Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ was born on April 14, 1995, in Quang Nam, Vietnam, into a modest family where both parents worked hard in their respective jobs but maintained a keen interest in physical fitness. From a young age, Vũ displayed a natural athleticism that quickly became apparent to those around him. His early years were marked by a deep love for sports, particularly track and field events. His parents, though not athletes themselves, were supportive of his passion, and they encouraged him to participate in a wide variety of sports activities in school. Vu's journey into athletics began at his local school, where he excelled in various sports, including football, basketball, and athletics. However, it was in running events that he began to show the most promise. His first competitive experience came at the age of 12, when he joined the school's athletics club and began training seriously for sprints. His talent for short-distance running quickly became evident as he won multiple school-level competitions, especially in the 100 and 200-meter sprints. At the age of 14, Vũ moved from local school competitions to regional athletic meets, where he made his first mark on the competitive scene. By this time, he was training with more structured coaching under the guidance of experienced coaches who recognized his natural potential. His early exposure to serious competition helped him to develop both the physical and mental resilience needed for future success. His coaches encouraged him to focus on speed events, as his explosiveness in the first few meters was among his strongest attributes. By 2011, Vũ was consistently winning events at regional athletics meets, making a name for himself as one of the top sprinters in the region. Rising through the ranks, Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ dedication to his sport quickly led him to higher levels of competition. His first major breakthrough came when he was selected to join the national youth athletics team at the age of 16. At the 2012 Vietnam National Youth Athletics Championships, Vũ made an immediate impact, securing a spot on the national team for the prestigious 2013 Southeast Asian (SEA) Games. Competing against athletes who had more experience, Vũ faced stiff competition in his first international event. But his performance was solid, and it marked the beginning of his ascent in Vietnamese athletics. In the years that followed, Vu's training intensified. Under the guidance of renowned coaches, he focused not only on sprinting technique but also on strength training, flexibility, and endurance. His physical conditioning became one of the key factors in his success. The discipline of incorporating weight training and core strengthening into his routine allowed him to improve his reaction times and top-end speed, particularly in the 100 meters and 200 meters. At the 2015 Vietnam National Athletics Championships, Vũ claimed gold in the 100 meters event, narrowly defeating some of the country's top sprinters. This victory not only boosted his confidence but also marked his arrival as one of the leading sprinters in the nation. His personal bests continued to improve, and by 2016, Vũ was competing in the SEA Games again, now with a more seasoned approach to international competition. Career peak and major achievements. Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ career peaked during the 2017 Southeast Asian Games, SEA Games, held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It was here that Vu's hard work and dedication culminated in his most significant athletic achievement to date. The 2017 SEA Games saw fierce competition from sprinters across Southeast Asia, including seasoned athletes from Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Despite this, Vũ was unfazed, and his performance in the men's 100-meter event was a testament to his skill and preparation. In an incredibly tight race, Vũ clocked an astonishing time of 10.47 seconds, winning the gold medal and becoming the fastest man in Southeast Asia. This victory was a historic moment for Vietnamese athletics, as it marked the first time in decades that a Vietnamese sprinter had won the gold in the men's 100 meters at the SEA Games. His victory sent shockwaves through the regional athletics community, and Vu's name was soon synonymous with sprinting excellence in Southeast Asia. Vũ also participated in the 200 meters event at the same SEA Games and was able to secure a silver medal, further solidifying his status as one of the region's top sprinters. His performances at the 2017 SEA Games were a reflection of the years of training and sacrifices he had made. Vu's success at the SEA Games earned him widespread recognition in Vietnam and beyond, and he was celebrated as one of the top athletes in the country. Following the SEA Games, Vũ continued to dominate the domestic circuit, breaking multiple national records. In 2018, he set a new national record in the 100 meters with a time of 10.39 seconds, further improving his standing in the sport. His sprinting prowess was also highlighted at the 2018 Asian Athletics Championships, where he finished in the top 5 in both the 100 meters and 200 meters events, an impressive feat given the high level of competition at the Continental Championships. Vu's achievements at the SEA Games, as well as his performances in major international competitions, established him as one of the premier sprinters in Southeast Asia. He had earned a reputation for his explosiveness off the blocks, his strong finishes, and his ability to handle the pressure of big competitions. As a result, he became a source of national pride and an inspiration to aspiring athletes across Vietnam. Challenges and setbacks. Despite his rapid rise to prominence, Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ faced several challenges in the years following his peak performances. Like many elite athletes, he encountered the physical toll that years of intensive training and competition can take on the body. In 2019, Vũ struggled with a series of injuries, particularly a recurring hamstring issue, which caused him to miss several key competitions. The injury forced him to take a step back and reassess his training methods. Vũ and his coaching staff implemented a new rehabilitation and recovery program that focused on injury prevention, allowing him to return to form gradually. However, his comeback was hampered by the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, which led to the cancellation of many international competitions, including the Tokyo Olympics. Vu's hopes of competing at the Olympics were dashed, but he remained determined to continue his training and recovery in preparation for the next phase of his career. The pandemic also disrupted the athletics calendar, forcing many athletes to train without clear competition schedules. Vũ, like many of his peers, had to adjust to the uncertainty of the sports world during the global health crisis. Nonetheless, he maintained a positive outlook, using the time to focus on his conditioning and to further hone his technique. Final years and transition to coaching. By 2022, Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ had returned to full health and was competing again on the domestic circuit. Although he did not replicate the gold medal performances of his earlier years, he continued to be a top contender in the 100 meters and 200 meters events in Vietnam. Vu's performances in these events, though not as fast as they had been at his peak, were still competitive on a regional level. After competing in several national and international meets in 2022, Vũ made the decision to retire from professional athletics in 2023. At the age of 28, his decision was influenced by both physical factors and his desire to pursue a new path in athletics. Having reached the pinnacle of his career, with multiple SEA Games medals and national records to his name, Vũ felt it was time to transition into coaching, a field he had always been passionate about. As a coach, Nguyễn Hoàng Vũ brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. His expertise in sprinting, race strategy, and conditioning made him a valuable asset to the Vietnamese Athletics Federation. Vu's transition into coaching was a smooth one, as he had always been involved in mentoring younger athletes during his competitive years. He became an advocate for injury prevention and long-term athletic development, teaching his trainees the importance of maintaining balance between training and recovery.